AI, 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 and everyone is talking about what to do with AI. So today we're going to do a little bit different video. We're not going to be rapping, but we are going to be doing some other cool stuff that will bring us into the AI age in our video production. So we're going to figure it out, and you're going to be in the journey. Started the company in 2018. That's actually when I first got my first Tesla Model 3. And when we first started, we weren't even a business. We were just trying to provide value. There wasn't a whole lot of content around EV ownership, and we just wanted to create value around with our content. And that's been the pillar of who we are today. Even as a business, we always try to, our core values to try to educate and provide value to our customers and our audience. Now we have a lot more space, and this is kind of the studio that we've set up. We got lights here. And shooting is still kind of, I don't know, we try to do a lot more content, but we're just doing a lot of different stuff. So it just becomes harder and harder. And Marley, who's shooting this content right here, is only one person. We're really trying to figure out how can we do it where like I can literally come in here, start a button, and then just start shooting. And this is where we do our courses. This is where we do our weekly videos. And then of course we do outside of here as well, but we really want to make it really easy and really easy to edit. So traditionally we use our Sony FX6, our A7R4 and 5s, you know, a bunch of cinema cameras, high grade. We try to do like 3 cameras for our courses. We can have like an intern to help out, but even then it's just kind of hard to manage 3 cameras. So we really wanted to do PTZs. And PTZs are basically remote control cameras, but now with AI, there's a lot better tracking. So what we ended up with, we still use our Osmo and our Sony FX6 for other commercial stuff, but we ended up going with this thing called, this is OBS Tel 2. This is actually connected through Ethernet right here, and this is something called NDI, right? And basically what it means is it's all on the same network switch. So you see we have a switch right up there. It's our we're on a unified network that we've built on really, really high speed. And then that is all centralized. So if it's connected to a switch, you can basically view it immediately with almost no lag inside, honestly, any computer. And then we're using OBS Studio to basically control that. We have a C-stand. We had a lot of C-stands in our studio. And then we worked with a company called Amcraft. And Amcraft is, I love these guys. We're not paid at all or anything like that. We've bought their products. But all our, I guess, all these branded curtains that you see is by Amcraft. I talked to the guy that I normally talk to, and he's amazing. And I was like, hey, what if we have this rail, and would it support about 5 pounds of camera? And what if we just like, I don't know, got like a bearing system, right? And like this is kind of, it's not pretty, but it doesn't have to look pretty. It's all about results, right? So basically this is from them as well, Amcraft. But it has 4 wheels instead of 1, so it doesn't hinge as much. And it's a lot more steadier. And then we basically took this, we bolted it through because there's a hole. And then we have this C-stand right here. And then that's how we mount our Tel 2s right here. So normally we have it on a tripod. So basically you can see we already got one installed right here. And this is going to be a fun project because right now, look at this. Look at this mess. This is not good. This is not what we think is good. But basically you can get your Ethernet cord right here. Here, I'll turn it on. And once you turn it on, boom. It basically can follow 360 degrees, right? And this is great. I love C-stands like that, and then go. Typically, we like putting like eye level. So this is like my eye level. This has 20x zoom, so it's far enough, but also close enough where it can get really, really close. I think one of the things that DIYers need is really a lot of angles, a lot of close-ups, because it's just really hard to tell. Like, is the alignment right? I mean, there's just a lot of variables, so we try to demystify all the variables. And then because of the way that this rail system works, it basically is like this, and then you have this rods, the 3/8" rods, and then this right here kind of locks into whatever. Like in our case, it's a warehouse, so we basically just lock into one of the lips of the steel that runs all the way through the building. So that's kind of how we mount it, and it's surprisingly, as long as you have enough rods, it's super steady, and we really haven't had much issue in terms of like moving or anything like that. This cable, we never want this on the ground ever, 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 right? It's a liability and it just sucks. What we're gonna try to do is we're gonna hinge it up there and give it enough clearance where it can go all the way down to where it needs to be, but it's never gonna be on the actual ground, right? It might hang a little bit, but it's never gonna pull on this, right? We might let it, we're gonna do some zip tying and stuff like that, and then it's just gonna go up like that. So we are actually now recording on camera 1 that I was talking about. This is gonna be cool because now we can just do whatever we do and move around. And then, oh no, it still followed me. So basically, I think it's really cool that it can follow us. And you can like dial it in. And we're gonna show you a couple things that we've done. And in terms of like allowing me to even like start editing by myself, right? So we have a couple tricks up our sleeve that worked really well. But you ready to kind of get to work and get it all done? Yeah. All right, let's get it. So let's go ahead and move the car out. This one we can just move. And this is kind of our R&D cutter. Like if I need to cut something really, really quick, I use this cutter. Because it's called a roll bed cutter, but it's just going to Desto right now for some reason. Desto is doing the Lord's work right now in organizing our sockets and tools. Okay, so I think it's following us now. We got 4 of these, right?
Yeah.
And I think the thing about this is like, there's a lot of ways to do this, but it's kind of expensive, like all the solutions we found. I mean, it was kind of ridiculous, right? Like, so we kind of, I don't know, jerry-rigged it. All right, so it didn't really go according to plan. You probably saw it on the OBS Tell 2. We're struggling a little bit. One of our brackets that was continuously flattening out the threads, like the bolts couldn't go in, like the nuts, right? And we just have one left. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it a day, but we'll see you tomorrow. All right, so we got all the rails basically, I guess, installed. Made sure it's fully leveled, and we have this one last thing we need to put. Basically, this one goes in. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and put a stopper. The thing is, later on, if we wanted to, we could put other things up here too. It's not just the cameras. So I mean, definitely plan on doing other stuff. But now just put the stopper right here. So now, boom. So we got these, I forget, it's metal, but it's from Amazon. And basically, it's a standard like camera mount. Pretty hard. And then basically, this is a tension, and this is just how C-stands work. You go in here, and then this is the back right here. Oh, that's it right there. Yep. All right, so now. So the cord is over here right now, but we definitely need to figure out. See, this is what I'm saying. This sucks. Right here, like people trip and all that stuff. So I mean, this is just standard Cat 6 that we wired, but like, it's just not good. We don't want anything on the floor. We did look into a lot of wireless units, like HDMI and stuff, but we didn't really want to deal with, you know, potential failures and stuff like that. And the wired NDI was a much more reliable option for us, at least. So that's why. If you're wondering why we went wired. And then
You can turn it on.
okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. So you should level out. I kind of probably could have done a little bit better.
I think the pole also twists.
Oh, you're right, you're right. But this is good. This is good. And you can see that now, wait, the camera hasn't pulled up.
Not yet, it takes a minute.
Oh, it does take a minute? So that one is still following us right there. And then we should have the second camera just pull up in our OBS studio.
There it is.
Boom, look at that. And it should be recording as well, right?
Let me, yeah, and also.
Because it's recording.
Following you as well.
Okay, so now, look at that. And this one's a little bit zoomed in right now. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do the third one. Oh, this is still higher. Look at this.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good.
So we got this. And then we can go ahead, you can see it light up. And like I said, this is PoE Plus, which means that it actually, I got a Pro switch up there, which actually is connected. So that's not PoE power, it's actually connected. We put a 20 amp up there, or our electrician did. And then basically up there, all it's connected to is basically this TV and that switch, and then that provides the power. So we have a good amount of power payload that we can run through right over here. But now we got absolute full coverage. But yeah, so cool. And I'll kind of like walk you through how this all works for those of you who are video production. But basically everything's on the same network. All these cameras are connected. So that it feeds through our computer over here. Sorry for the mess, we're still cleaning up a bit. I'll walk you through a little bit of the setup here. This is Marley's desk right here.
To be clean.
That's fine, but there's OBS right here and everything's NDI. So yeah, we got all three cameras right here. We also have an NDI multi-view, which is an output of this screen. One of the things we have to kind of fix is a ratio, because this is an ultra wide screen great for editing, but that one is a 16 by 9. This is a 20 by 9, I believe. So it's a really wide screen. But yeah, this is kind of how we do it. And then here's the other cool thing, right? Like this is also, this is on a 10 gig network right here. And then everything is on a 1 gig or 10 gig. And basically this is called AV cons, and you can turn it on. And you can actually control all the cameras right here. And what's really cool is you can also control iris, shutter, exposure, focus, all of that here as well. And this is a very traditional video production system. So one of the things that I want to show you that we kind of figured out is, I think this is kind of a fun, and this is something that we figured out. I don't know anybody that uses this for what we do, but this is called an AirTurn Quad 500. And basically it's a Bluetooth controlled keyboard, programmed keyboard. And what we did is we changed this to 1, 2, 3, and 4. So once this is connected to on this computer, we can actually control, meaning like I can be on a course and I'm gonna put this on the ground and it's battery powered. I can actually self-edit, and you wouldn't even know that I'm actually editing the video as I go. I need to practice this though, because I actually tried it that one time and it was a lot. So right now Marley's usually here, and she's basically switching 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our Focusrite. It allows XLR input. We use our DJI. We used to have like Sennheisers and all that stuff, but DJI just makes it really easy. But yeah, this is basically the setup, and it just makes it so, like I said, like everything, we put, Ethernet ports right here, but everything is network connected via NDI. So including this TV right here, we actually ended up using the Play Pro, which is a Bird Dog. I think that's the name of the company, Bird Dog Play Pro. It's their new product. It can decode NDI. So you can actually output what we're doing, like right here. You can see Marley's screen right here, which is really important. Again, when I'm self-editing with my little Quad 500, I can basically look at what I'm doing. So pretty happy with it. So like, I guess like the setup is gonna be like, when Marley starts, she says, okay, we're gonna do a fender video, right? Or the hood video right here, puts it up. Same thing here, kind of puts it up. Usually, I think our standard is going to be like one, honestly, like all the way right here, because a car is usually right here. So this is going to be our wide. This is going to be our close-up maybe. And then the cool thing is we also have a back camera. I mean, like we can basically like, it's just so quick and it's pretty smooth, right? And everything's leveled. And now we have a shot right here. And because we have the 4 tracks, right? At first we're going to get the single track. I'm so glad we went with the 4 tracks. Like it doesn't move that much. And this is a gimbal, so it's self-stabilizing as well. But basically the Tel 2, you get access if you buy it. You also get access to some of the SDK stuff, and basically you can send endpoints. So what we did is we built, using AI, a software that Marley can push one button and literally triggers the record off OBS, and we use a WebSocket to basically just trigger all the footages. And it's all like set up, and all the cameras are all NVA programmed. So I mean, it just goes. So I mean, I think the future, I kind of want to make it like those big red buttons. We get it and we just connect it on a Bluetooth, and you just smack that, and it just starts recording. And then I want another like this screen. When it's on, it'll basically, show like that it's recording, so I can actually verify that it's recording. I would like something that says like recording or something, so it's very, very clear. And then Marley could actually theoretically be on a beach switching. Not that you would be doing that, but like you could. And you could just VPN into our network, basically. So I think this is kind of a fun project. I know we don't normally do this kind of videos, but it's just really exciting. I like geeking about a lot of this stuff. And I think so far we're pretty happy with what we've done. Other than cleaning up and finalizing all this stuff, the next step for us is to create an auto editor, right? So basically, we have so much data and so much XML data of how we've been editing and all that stuff. So we're going to take that information and then make it so that once it goes into our network attached storage, it immediately triggers an edit, and then you can give an output, and what Marley can do or a content team can really just do, approve, and then it just sends out, right? And this is so important because as we continue to expand into other lines, we're figuring out how do we do all this, and it's kind of forced us. Whether we like it or not, it's really forced us to innovate and think outside the box and see how do we do this faster, how do we do more, how do we do better. And I think this is only going to get better. And this is version 1, honestly, and we're pretty sure we're going to have version 100 as we kind of continue to go. But we wanted to kind of like show you a little bit about some of the outside projects we normally don't show. We mostly show wrap stuff, but we've kind of taken this week to kind of finally get this done, and a couple other physical projects just kind of all out of the way. So hopefully that was kind of a different but engaging and educational. We can't wait to create more content for you guys. We have a little bit more work to do, so we're going to get to it. But make sure you click on that subscribe button, and thank you again for your continued support, and we'll see you later.